Hi everyone! Picking up from last episode, I saw this jungle in the distance, so I'm gonna go check it out. Not without grabbing a few flowers first, though. Being in a new world and collecting all the new resources and blocks is so fun. I love using all the flowers in my builds, and I love to hoard all the items I can get my hands on. So exploring new biomes is a must. I saw some doggos around here and I have a few bones, so I'm going to try and see if one wants to come home with me. They were around here somewhere. Oh, hello. One bone left, so I may as well try the other doggo. Oh, run! I'll be back, doggo! Come on, run away from the creeper. Gonna grab some of these jungle trees so I can take some saplings home. Honestly, I don't do it much because I get so attached to my Minecraft pets, but it's actually really nice exploring with the dogs. It makes it feel a lot less lonely, but I'm scared something will happen to them. But 121 is on its way and the mob vote winner was announced, and armadillos are being added and their drops are going to allow us to craft dog armor finally. That's super exciting, and I wonder how tough it'll make our canine pals. I also wonder if we'll be able to dye the armor, because that would be really cool. I personally voted for penguins because I just think they're so clumsy and cute. Ooh. Doggo's got a skeleton. Beat him up! Okay, here's a snack. Traveling around at nighttime in an early game is so stressful. Ah, these shaders are so pretty. I'll grab another snack for Doggo. A little bit. Let's see if he'll be my friend. Got some watermelon seeds. Oh, and his twin. You're coming home with me. And you too. Welcome home, everyone. Everyone take a seat and relax. Gonna make a few pens for some more animals. Found some sheep buddies. I want to make a wool farm in the next wee while because I want to build with some wool. Excuse me, Mr. Cow, you're not a sheep. That's okay, you can come hang out anyways. You guys can come in here and get some snacks. And you come over here. There you go. Found these guys, and I don't know why it surprised me you can lead rabbits with carrots. I've never had pet rabbits in Minecraft. But you guys seem to be buddies, so you can stay in here together. Oh, can I get out? Okay, stay there. And some chickens. Look at all these chickens. Say hi to the new chickens, doggos. I decided to find more bunnies since I had some carrots. Hop, 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 hop. And a little tiny baby who immediately escaped. Today's episode is going to be a little bit longer as I want to build my starter house. And I have to farm a lot of mats, but I got a little bit distracted along the way. I found a villager outpost, no LAs though. But I did find this goat horn. I found a new village and got a saddle. And an iron golem protected me. Thanks, big guy. I tamed my first horse and he's super duper speedy. Then I found him some nice shiny armor to wear. I also put out this forest fire. And I found these silk touch shovels. I went back home and did a little terraforming. Guys, I can't get over these shaders. This doesn't look like the Minecraft I once knew. Okay, I laid out the shape for my house. I just need to farm the materials for it and I'll get started. But again, I got a little bit distracted, as you can see. I went mining and I found lots of iron. Quite a few diamonds too. Sadly, no Fortune 3. But finding diamonds is just so exciting, isn't it? These open caves were just full of diamonds. I feel like this is the way to farm them, even more so than strip mining. I ended up with 27 diamonds. Woo! I also found the spider spawner. Maybe I'll make a farm out of this sometime. String would be super helpful. I was a little wary to jump in, but the spiders were just chilling on the ceiling, so it turned out okay. And I got some name tags! Then while digging around, I hit a lot of zombies, and I dug out this huge area trying to find their location because I figured there had to be a spawner around somewhere. It took me a fair while to find exactly where they were groaning from. But I finally did, and there was a ton of them. And I got another god apple. After getting home and dropping off all my loot, I went out beehive hunting since the bees would be asleep. I used my silk touch shovels to collect the hives. I absolutely adore bees and I love using their hives as decorations, and I'll definitely be making a bee farm at some point. So the more hives, the better. And there's so many beehives in cherry blossom groves. Out exploring, I found a forest biome and picked some berries and collected some of my favorite wood type. I also found some decor there like ferns and mossy cobblestone. And I found this cute family of wolves. I always just want to tame all the doggos I find. I have two doggies, their names are Crystal and Princess. They're Chihuahuas and they're about 13 and a half years old, and they mean the absolute world to me. Look at this amazing view. I also picked a bunch of seaweed because I found a bunch of turtles on the shore. And since I have a silk touch shovel with me, I figured I could grab some turtle eggs to take home. And this guy found himself in my boat. Look how many turtles! Looks like they're having a dance battle. Thank you for the eggs. Let me help you up there, buddy. I'm gonna make these guys a really pretty home on the beach. I also found this amethyst geode, which is great because I need calcite for my build. Back home, I made some fresh armor and kept my old one since it was my first set of armor in the series. I love holding on to little memories like that, it's so special. More exploring, I found this lush cave too. I collected lots of goodies. I love building with moss and the shrubs. I also found some axolotls. Okay, after all of those distractions and little adventures, I think I'm finally ready to start building. Today's episode is a little longer, so let's jump right into the build. First, I'm making the base of the build, building up the skeleton. I'll add in the details after. I'm just adding in some different blocks for texture here, some mossy cobble and tough blocks at the bottom. I don't really have much of a plan here, I'm just using the block palette that I've picked out and scattering the blocks around. This is a pretty simple step, but it really brings the build to life. I'm going to start working on the house now, laying out the main building blocks. I've not built with birchwood much before, but I think it's going to work really well with the calcite and diorite blocks that I'll be adding later on. I'm going in with birch planks on the second floor, although later on I do swap these out for spruce, which I think fits better. I've muted some of these clips because the sped up animal noises sound super silly. But aren't the sounds from stripping this wood super quick so satisfying? I'm putting a layer of spruce planks and then white concrete powder on top. I think white concrete powder makes a really cute, like fuzzy carpet kind of look. Here I'm just messing around with different stair builds. Building in Minecraft is so much trial and error, but I'm really happy with how this turned out. Here I decided to add in a basement, which I'll be using as a storage room. I'm going to basically mimic what I built above and bring it down quite a few levels. Here I'm trying out some different blocks, but I ended up using the stripped dark oak for a bit of a support pillar for the house, and it separates the different levels. And it's also just a nice bit of detail. I ended up using the same stripped dark oak in the basement as well. I planned out the exterior of this build in my creative world, but all the interior I'm just creating as I go. I'm confident in making interior and decorating, though the actual building I'm not so confident with, so it helps to try out different ideas in my creative game. I went through a few tools clearing out this basement space. Again, just a lot of trial and error and figuring out where I want to place things. I ended up making a diamond pick because I was sick of it breaking on me. I'm starting to dig out the storage area and I'm deciding exactly where I want the chests to be. And I went in with some coarse dirt for the floor. I think it works nicely for basements, and I like how much texture this block has. I think I like this design, so I'm going to continue it all the way around. These two little cubbies are more for decoration, maybe a little crafting area. I wanted to add these to breakable storage chests. So I'm just trying out some shelves and seeing how they look. Also placing these torches on top here, they shouldn't be visible, but they'll add a bit of light back there. I was visited by my first wandering trader. I've added this data pack where for an emerald and the original version of a block, you can buy some mini blocks, which are just really cute decorative blocks. So I'm going to grab a few of the blocks he has to offer. Mini crafting tables and mini brick blocks. Cute! Also grabbed his leads. His llamas will grow to love me. Back to digging! Had to fill out these holes I made since I think this is as far as I'll go with the storage. I'm adding lots of detail as I go, fixing up any missing blocks. Just testing out how different designs look, and I decided to have this beam up front, and I think that will look best. It keeps things symmetrical too. Yeah, I think that looks good. Gonna make a little mini auto smelter here. Just an output chest with some hoppers, with furnaces on top, hoppers going into the side for fuel, and on top for the input. Went back to work on the tower some more. Gonna add this border around the tower to give it a lot more shape and dimension. Had to whip back to my creative world a few times to make sure I was building this correctly. Just stripping all these logs so it fits in with the rest of my build. Adding some details along the side. And it was at this moment I realized I built the tower one block too wide, so I'm just gonna have to fix it up. Just making sure it's 7 blocks. That's okay, easily fixable. Now I'm going in with calcite with a second level. I love calcite, it's so pretty. Placing in the floor for the second level. And carving out the heart-shaped window for the front of the tower. So cute. I tried out a few window shapes, but I couldn't pass up the love heart. Okay, did I get distracted again? Yes. But I really need to find a coral reef. Along the way, I found this mushroom island, so stinking adorable. Of course, I picked some more flowers. I found some coast armor trims in a shipwreck, and I followed the treasure map I found in there, and got some nice loot. I found a desert and got some cactus, and a desert temple too. And I finally found a coral reef. I need some dead coral blocks for my house build. The dead coral blocks look really nice mixed in with some stone blocks, and they add so much detail. Now to go home again. But not before grabbing this horse. And also this donkey. I love coming home and seeing my build. It's so rewarding. Okay, gonna add some of this coral in now. And then I'm gonna texture the rest of this tower. I think that should do it. I'm happy with how it came out. I think it looks really good. I'm just going to add quite a bit of detail to the front of the tower using stairs, signs, and fences. I tested out a whole bunch of different decorations here, but I'm really happy with the final product. I think the open fences are pretty different and look really cute. On the sides of the tower, I'm going to do something a little different. Still using stairs and signs, but I'm going to use more fences on the sides instead. Some stairs at the bottom for supports. I think that looks great. Okay, for the windows, I'll be using black glass and panes. I tried a few different things and I think this adds a really unique and soft look to the build. Now I'm adding some diorite and smooth diorite for some detailing on the walls. I'm adding some hanging lanterns at varying heights, and I think that gives it kind of a whimsical feel. Cute, I love it. Back to working on the house. I'm adding in the walls of the second floor. Doing that same kind of pattern with the diorite and smooth diorite. Placing in some windows. Adding in some black stained glass and again, panes on the outside. This time I'll also add some white stained glass panes in between them all. It really makes the windows look soft and smooth and gives quite a bit of dimension to the house since the windows pop out a bit. Okay, so while farming the deep slate I needed for the roof, I died and lost all my stuff. Oh, and a creeper blew this up. Okay, onto the roof. I'm using cobbled deep slate. I think these dark blocks will add a nice contrast to the white house. I always dread building roofs in video games. I find it pretty challenging. It's definitely my least favorite part of building. The amount of times I've given up and just not built a roof at all. But not this time, I want it to look really nice. Now I'm swapping out some of these blocks for deep slate bricks to give it a bit more detail on the top and on the sides. I ended up having to build it just a little bit further out. Got to work on the roof for the tower too. This one I'm going to add more random blocks to since I don't want it to be fully symmetrical. So I'm going to put random blocks here and there in place of stairs. I'm running back and forth to look at it from a distance to see what I need to add. It's super useful to look from further away because I didn't notice how lopsided it was at the front. I just want to have a look from further away to see how it's looking, and I'm so pleased. It's really coming together. Ignore that giant creeper hole at the front door. Just adding some different details around the house now. Some windows at the front. Ender out the side. Taking this pillar all the way up to the attic. Adding in this little midway corridor to break up the tower in the house. I'll be using the tower as a potion brewing area as well as a place for my enchanting table and library. And at this point I realized I built the roof a little too small. Trial and error over and over. So just pulling the roof forward a bit and adding another layer. Copying the same window build, black stained glass with panes on the outside. Now for a little tour. My main entrance has a little desk and I've got one of my OG maps on display there. My room upstairs. And the attic above. I've still got quite a bit of decorating to do. Hi, doggo. And down here in the basement, I've got my storage area. Still needs a bit of work. But I've got my food and farming items. Animal and mob drops, redstone, decorations, flowers, etc. Over here I've got some random equipment storage. On the other side is more treasure and decor items. All the different kinds of blocks and ores. Here's my original armor, my first set for the series, and my little auto smelter and crafting area. That's it for today's video. I know it was a longer one, so if you made it this far, you're a legend. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next episode. Toodles!